Miss Kimberly Chi in the house today. Woo!
Woo!
Are we just going like straight into it? You guys aren't going to be like... You guys aren't like, hi, this is Trixie and Katya. And
we can do that later. We can do it later. No, we can do it later.
So, we'll do.
Should we do it now? Whoa! Wow! Yeah! We're waking up in the morning with Dirty Ted and Steffanie. Yeah.
99.1 WFMK.
Yeah. It's Chris 1OM. Your morning, give me a brown. Dirty Ted and Steffanie. The worst, Dirty Ted and Steffanie. I love that. Can I be Steffanie with 2 Fs?
Wait, what's that show? Do you remember when they were on that? Was it Maria Bamford or something where they're on the radio? It's like something in the douche. That is so a radio show.
Morning radio is the last house on the left.
I have done. Have you guys done morning radio on tour, like interviews on tour?
I have, yeah.
I can't.
I've done it. It's always 2 straight guys.
Yep.
And there was like, so you do drag. People like that, huh?
Tell me about that.
Yeah. And you're like, there's wigs.
Yeah, you put on a wig and people come see you at the show.
And they're always like, what's RuPaul like?
Right.
Yo.
Well, listen, I see what you're doing. I could never do that. I mean, I couldn't walk in heels. It's just like stupid.
Dirty Ted and Steffanie. Well, welcome to the morning pod. It is the morning.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be in the presence of 2 bald white men.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's called The Bald and the Beautiful.
Yeah. So you're taking up the rear today. You're the beautiful.
I'm the Asian bald.
I think you have more hair than us.
Yeah, you do. I can see it. You got
We're not going to shame you.
Right now.
You got a tight fade going on there.
And Kim has beautiful brows, and I believe you have microblading.
I did like 2 years ago. They're gone now. Yeah.
Did you like it or no?
I liked it. Yeah.
It looks.
But then
so
I
real.
realized like half the time like I'm in drag, so it's like who am I trying to impress?
For who? Yeah.
Wait. What are you talking about?
She had what was like demi-permanent. How long does it last?
For a year. Microblading.
Oh, is that like the tattoo?
It's not permanent. It's like temporary.
And is this what, for a mustache?
No, eyebrow.
I'm just kidding. Okay, an eyebrow. Okay. Could you imagine getting a semi-permanent mustache?
It looks so real. Well, basically, they take a little blade and they basically sketch in hairs,
like individual strokes.
And you liked it?
I liked it. Yeah.
Maybe could I do that?
Well, because if they don't do too many, it just blends in with your real brows, and it looks pretty. Yours looks probably the realest I've ever seen.
Maybe you could show me a picture afterwards.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
How much did that cost me?
$800.
Like an average procedure is about 800 to 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's super detailed and personalized. I mean,
well, I tattoo. I mean,
like every stroke is made with love. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
You can really.
She used to be in that. She used to be in that business too. But it is pretty amazing. And if you're like, I don't have hair on my head, and my brows are not super full, so I've wanted to get it for a long time. But there's a healing period, right?
Not for like a week. Yeah.
Do you remember, Kim, when you used to shave your brows and then you would decide to grow them back, and there would be that? That's how I learned about the hateful middle stage.
Oh, the middle stage is the worst because your hair is so hard and spiky, so no matter how much glue you put on, it's not going to be glued down.
Oh, yeah.
What's the strategy? Just like a glitter moment every day?
You just have to not do drag.
Sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do drag with those spiky.
Or, you know what I did? Because I actually had to get in drag, glitter. But like really big, chunky craft glitter.
Yeah.
Will cover anything.
Yeah.
And then whenever like people are like getting close to you meet and greet, you just tell them, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad makeup day.
Or you just say, I'm sick. I'm so sick. Don't get too close to me.
I go, I'm sick of you. Leave the meet and greet.
Trixie.
No, Kim and I forget what tour it was, Kim, where we had like an at-length discussion about how like when you're a drag queen on tour, you got to pick your battles with glitter.
Yo.
Because 5 days a week, glitter on your face.
Yeah. Oh, that shit will like burn your skin. That shit will scar your skin.
Yeah, unless you're doing really specific amounts that you change the location and you take it off like with duct tape or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, you will start to eat away at your lids because then this, like the scrubbing.
Scrubbing, yeah. It's like you exfoliate that top of level, that layer of epidermis off of your eyelid.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure that cheap glitter is just like colored with lead and all sorts of things just not good for your body.
Well, speaking of glitter, I have to tell you, I really enjoy your products.
Oh, thank you.
Chi. Yeah, that I have a one small bone to pick with you, but I have to tell you that the thing, the
diamond shards.
Yeah,
diamond shards.
I love it so much. I use it every single time I get in drag.
It's so easy to like apply glitter, right?
It is fan-fucking-tastic. But why do you have 17 gold colors?
I feel like because gold for like every different like skin shade.
I must be colorblind in regard to gold. I need a blue. I need a purple. Tell me they're coming.
I love
Tell
them.
me
They're coming. They're all coming.
Tell
The
me they're
black, is it
coming.
onyx is called? A black one?
The black is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like black with
Beautiful.
So
With like
good.
a silver pigment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect
so
for
good.
like a smoky eye. Just dab a little
The
into the middle
pink
of your eyelid.
and then the new pink. I'm obsessed with. They're so
And the white.
awesome.
The white. The
The
white
silvery,
is my
silvery.
like, it's like an off
World
white.
Dominance. Yeah, that
Yes,
one.
that's like my have I messed up my glue on my eyebrow and do I need to put glitter over it? I'll use that. Yes.
They're so fantastic. They stay the whole. I can't believe how well they wear.
And it's very glittery.
Yes, it's
Very
actually,
glittery.
it's actually glittery.
And the most concealer. This whore wears it on her face. She does her full face with
concealers.
Oh my god.
And the new the 1400 eyeshadows you just released that came in
Beautiful.
I'm so into it. And when you did the palette with Naomi and that came, I was like extremely suspicious because all the colors are they look so bright, and I was like, these are gonna be shit.
No, I saw the selfie you
They're
posted. They looked amazing on you.
They're
Yeah.
so beautiful. Thank you so much for sending me all that stuff.
Of course.
I love it.
And if you guys are listening, all of them are available on kimchishakbeauty.com.
That's
Wink.
right.
Kimchi Chic Beauty, you better go ahead and subscribe to that channel.
Uh-huh.
You guys have beautiful, beautiful content. And the looks that people do, the people who buy your makeup and post the looks, like,
Yeah.
these are
Next
really
level,
talented
right?
people
Yeah.
who are not professional makeup artists. They're just feeling the
I
fantasy.
feel like
Yeah.
that's like the direction like the makeup world is like heading to. It's not just about like makeup artists telling people what to do, but it's about people at home creating
Totally.
trends.
The democratization of beauty.
Yeah. And at the sordid topic of coin along that lines, I don't know if you guys have noticed this at your company, but with COVID, we saw like a little drop immediately, and then people are buying as much makeup as always now or more, even though they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, makeup is for you.
Exactly. But I think in the beginning of COVID, everyone was like, I don't shower, I don't wear cologne, I don't do
right.
anything.
Yeah.
And then they were like, one day they looked in the mirror and they were like, it's time.
It's time. I'm not wearing pants, but I'm going to wear a full beat.
Totally. Nope. It's Zoom drag.
And seriously, I feel like the new trend is like having like the most like, the best Zoom background. I've seen some like crazy shit with the Zoom backgrounds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then just like the face fully done.
Well, I
And
was
then you're,
telling
like,
somebody
naked.
this about Zoom. You can take a HD picture of the room you're in when it's clean. And as long as the lighting doesn't change, you can sit there and keep a green screen up or whatever, use your Zoom background, and it just looks like your living room.
That's incredible.
Whoa.
Because I was watching some YouTubers and I was like, or they were doing lives, and I was like, how do they switch from green screen to their living room so fast? And I was like, their living room is fake. That's a picture.
That is smart.
I know.
Incredible.
That is
Incredible.
smart. I'm going to take a picture of your living room.
You
before I
really, you
go.
like it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Trixie lives in a palace.
I love this house. You know what? And there's somebody really rich coming over to do a video, really rich. And I was like, well, just so you know, I don't have rap home money. I have reality TV money, because I was like, this is like by far the fanciest house I've ever had.
As someone who's been to your various houses, I will vouch for this.
I like that we're pivoting. We're trying to plug Kim's product, and she goes, "No, let's talk about all the shitty houses you've ever had."
You segued.
No, we were. Listen, if you want to talk modest beginnings, when I tell you, me and Kimberly,
Are we talking
When
about the
did you-
garden level apartments?
How did you know? Wait, how long have you known each other?
God,
Since like 2013?
Okay.
maybe
And you've lived
yeah.
together?
No. We were doing gigs together so often that I would come to Chicago, stay in her room, in her bed with her,
Okay.
Yep.
and sleep like vampires.
Okay.
And that's how I learned that Kim Chi sometimes falls asleep with her glasses on, with her laptop on her chest, listening to Celine Dion, ear-splitting levels.
Yup.
Wow.
Yeah, Kim loves Celine. You still love Celine?
I love Celine. Oh my God. Is that even a question?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Celine?
And she's only gotten better with time because now she's off the.
She's like in the
psycho.
age she's, you know?
Yeah.
Did you do you fuck with her Ave Maria? Do you know her rendition of Ave Maria?
No.
Oh,
Am I behind on my Celine content?
This is a while ago, but it's I'm sure you know it. It's from a Christmas album. I'll after the pub I'll pull it up for you. Is it hard owning a cosmetics empire? Is it hard?
I don't. It's all fun, so it
is
doesn't
fun?
feel like work. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
It's
Okay.
a lot more. It's a lot more admin work than you think it is. It's like you think it's just like lipstick, yes, but like the steps into that are like unending.
Yeah, you're approving. You're in the lab with color swatches and goggles.
Yeah, it's a lot more like thing. And by the time a product comes out, you like Oh, I remember when that started 16 months ago. So like, you know what I mean?
And then are you like over it by the time the product comes out?
Yeah,
or-
like by the time it comes out, it's like, well, then you have to do the photo shoot and all that.
And then you're like, check out this new product. And
I
meanwhile,
know.
you've been touching it every day for the past like year and a half.
totally.
Yeah, that's what Amy said because a while ago she was like, we should do something together, and she told me how long it takes. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, honey. When I did Oh Honey with Sugar Pill, you did a product with Sugar Pill too.
I did, yeah.
It took probably took at least a year.
And it was worth it because I still use that fucking palette to
It's
this day.
great.
It's
We want to do an Oh
fantastic.
Honey 2, like a second installment of it.
Please do.
And you did I wear your, that I know it's probably
The
gross
kimchi
right now.
eyeshadow?
Yes, and the lipstick, that's my Halloween color every year.
Yeah, because originally we wanted to like launch it before the season 8 like rolled out. But obviously makeup takes time.
Forever.
So it ended up coming out like later in that year.
Not to mention independent makeup. Sugar Pill, Kimchi,
Oh, right.
like that's not Revlon.
Because you're
No.
not dealing in millions of quantities.
Yes, and we don't
Yeah.
own a lab.
Also, I
Right.
think that was like around the time where like Jeffree Star like was causing all the labs to be backed up, right? Because like all his stuff was selling so well that there was just like
that he was
the
just like
factories
priority
couldn't like
number
keep
one.
up with the quantity.
Yeah, I mean, especially as a new company, I don't know. I actually don't even know which labs you guys use, but for us, sometimes it's like if that's the same lab that makes all these huge brands, I know that I'm not the top priority for you. You know what I mean? I get it.
You ever thought about mixing it in the tub?
Might as well.
Yeah.
And the
Blocked
bathtub,
up,
let's
yeah.
go. Get some pigments, get some more.
Yeah.
How long ago has it always been your dream to have a makeup company?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're achieving your dreams. Do you feel satisfied?
I've always wanted to be a boss, but like a hard one.
Really?
Yeah.
Kim fires people for no reason.
Like the one where you like, I come into the office and everybody stops breathing for a second.
They're afraid of you.
God. Wow. That's incredible.
But I mean, no, that it's not.
You really are. I mean, I think you're probably the best makeup artist for drag queens.
No,
Absolutely.
no. The best drag makeup artist is Layla McQueen.
That's
Yeah,
what I
Layla.
said.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what I
Layla
said,
was
yeah.
really good.
Layla McQueen is like, oh my god.
I feel like you're like you're just like an artist. I feel like your makeup skills go broad. Like they span much more of a broad kind of
Depends
net.
on my motivation. Like, how motivated am I today for cleaner lines?
Right. Or like conceptual looks. I mean,
Yeah.
Layla is really like, who wouldn't want to look like Layla? That look is very, it's right on that line between like an Instagram makeup and like a showgirl makeup, where it's like, it looks good in person.
It looks
Everything is like
so good in
perfectly
person.
blended.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has the best blend and the best graphic lines.
She does.
It's
She
so
really
incredible.
does.
Yeah, she's bomb.
She doesn't have that alcoholic hand.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe she does. You just got to
she
shake
does.
your body with it at the same time. She's fierce. I think you probably are one of the best because I also, something that you do is when you're on tour and stuff, you never do the same makeup twice. And like when I change a color in my makeup, I think I've moved mountains.
Yeah, you've reinvented the wheel. Yeah.
Kim
You
like
guys.
changes the look, the shapes on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just get bored of doing the same thing. So like, if I were just doing the same face every day, I probably would have quit drag.
Really.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
I don't have a huge problem with it only because like the people I want it to be like look the same every day.
I mean, but also
Yeah.
your makeup is iconic, so there's like no need for you to change it.
You did a good job on it. Kim did it on my channel and she kind of slayed it.
I haven't seen that. I saw your Halloween look, which was incredible when you guys were the Boulet
Oh,
brothers.
the Boulet brothers.
That
Yeah.
was fantastic.
And I have
That was
such a hard
fantastic.
time drastically changing my makeup. So I
That
had
was
to
a drastic change.
Yeah, I remember when you dressed
I
up as
tried.
Katya and you looked nothing like Katya.
Nothing at all. But there was it was a black eye and a red lip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in a red nightgown.
2 inches of white underneath. Yeah. Which I always do.
It was just so your signature
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
It was hard. And then you just have a way of like changing the look totally and doing things nobody's ever done. Like, do you remember this was so long ago? You did that eye look that was all geometric shapes.
The square one?
Yes. And I was like, who would even think of that?
Are you an illustrator?
I used to be. So
do?
my
Okay.
background is fine arts and graphic design.
Oh, that makes
So-
perfect sense. Because a lot of great makeup artists can't translate to 2D. But
Really?
but I'm not surprised that that's your background because you have such a like illustrative approach to makeup on. But just it's so different though. Like I'm an illustrator and I couldn't doing makeup was very difficult because it's the
It's just different medium, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've always loved like playing with different mediums and being touchy-feely with them.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
I think you also have richer references than most drag queens. Most drag queens are pulling from the same 4 pop stars. Do you know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
And you're probably oftentimes doing your own thing in that department.
off in my own world.
Yeah.
Who is your ultimate, like, who are some of the ultimate pillars of female beauty for you?
I mean, Pat McGrath.
Okay.
Like, just the work that she's done, you know, like
Beautiful.
on the runways, like game changer.
You did makeup for her.
I did, yeah.
Kim did makeup for Fashion Week for her.
Oh, what was that like?
In Paris.
Tell us everything.
Basically, I wasn't necessarily like, doing anything, but I was just like backstage, just like watching like all the makeup artists work and just like assisting. And it was behind the stages of Givenchy, Louis Vuitton, Stella McCartney.
Holy shit.
Miu Miu. So just like seeing all these like supermodels up close, and
Were they just 14 years old?
yep.
They're
They're
just
also young,
flawless.
and they're also like scared and like timid. And I saw Kim Kardashian backstage at the Givenchy show like 5 hours before she was robbed.
No way.
Yeah.
And did they see you and her in the same room when the robbery happened?
So you had 5 hours to plan it. That's ambitious.
I was like, oh, so this bitch is here.
I saw her at the the Influencer Awards, and I was just
God
like,
damn it.
whoa. It was
never
crazy to
seen
see her. I saw her in Tyra the same night, and I was like, whoa.
Is she very short? Is she
She's
short?
and she's
yeah.
so curvy. It really is like a genie bottle.
Yeah,
but also,
wow.
she's like way tinier than you think she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she's curvy, like on camera, like she gets captured kind of like bigger,
Yeah, she does.
but she's
Okay.
still a tiny person.
Okay.
We're going to take a break.
Okay. Good transition.
Shut up, bitch.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's Katya. Listen. Hello. Hi. I've got a question for you. Do you hate food? Do you bristle at the very notion of preparing dinner, lunch, or breakfast for yourself? Have you been the victim of a unsolved food crime? Well, if you have, I've got a wonderful message for you. I'm talking about Green Chef. That's right. Let me say it again. I'm talking about Green Chef. Now, Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that makes eating well easy and affordable with plans to fit every kind of lifestyle. I myself live a very alternative lifestyle, so I do welcome the ease and the convenience that Green Chef allows into my life. Because guess what they do? I'm going to tell you. Green Chef recipes are quick and easy with step-by-step instructions, chef tips, and photos to guide you along. I love to learn visually. Ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped, so you won't have to worry about baking snafus and run out of the house with your top off, breast exposed, and what will the neighbors think? I love this because, as many of you listeners know, I have not even turned my oven on. Ever. So I surround myself with friends who help me eat, and my friend Andrew loves Green Chef because it is literally so easy. It comes right to the door. It's got all the instructions, and he does so good in the kitchen. It's great. Watching him is like watching Rachmaninoff create a masterpiece. It's seamless, effortless, and it sounds and smells delicious. And there's something for everyone. With Green Chef, it's easy to eat well and discover new recipes each week, and you'll love what you find.
Meal plans include vegetarian, vegan, paleo, and keto.
So go to greenchef.com/bald80 and use code BALD80 to get $80 off across 4 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. I'm going to say that again because that is just mind-blowing. Go to greenchef.com/bald80 and you better use that code BALD80 to get $80 off across 4 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. $80 off. What is this? The Soviet Union? And we're back with Dirty Ted and Steffanie.
Dirty Ted and Steffanie.
And our super special guest star, Kimberly Chi.
Kimberly Chi.
Hello.
Kim and I have known each other, 2012, 13?
13, yeah, probably going on 7 years, 8 years.
And I think I saw Kim at Market Days outside. I remember it was like, I think you were working for this party company, and I remember it was like the end of Market Days, and you were in drag. You were flowers on your head, long hair, and you were like collapsing a table, like taking down the event alone in drag.
I was a
like,
down and dirty
bitch.
girl, like I've
Wow.
done. Oh God, I used to. before like I made it in Drag Race, I've done all sorts of weird shit in drag.
Yeah,
Like-
we both. Do you remember that Soho House gig, Kim?
Oh my god.
What happened? What happened?
Kim and I were fortunate enough at a certain point to get a lot of odd gigs, especially in Chicago. Don't you think there was a lot of gigs where they were like a straight gig
Really
looking for
bizarre.
one drag queen?
Yup.
Oh, okay.
And one time
Shoveling
we did an
peat
event.
moss.
We did an event. We met on Facebook. I messaged her and was like, "I like your. Here's some pic. I think I sent you videos of me performing." And I was
Yup.
like, "Please book me," and she
And
did.
I was like, all right.
And then years later, we do this event at the Soho House, and it's me and Kim at
New
the
Year's Eve, right?
New Year's Eve.
Yup.
New Year's Eve in Chicago at the Soho House. And it was really fun, but we got a nice big private, remember that bathroom?
Yup.
We
Like
were
the bathroom was huge. It was like the size of a mansion.
like a mansion bathroom. And it was one of those hotels that has like a boxing ring. Like it's
Yup.
fancy. Soho
Jesus.
House is glam.
Okay.
And I've been to the LA one. That Chicago one is beautiful.
Like you can only get a membership if you're an artist, but like a rich artist.
Yeah, I think the yearly membership is like just to be able to go there, period. I think there's like an entry fee of like, it's not like 30 grand or something.
Something ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, just to go.
Oh, keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
out the trash.
The trash.
So Kim and I got booked there, and it was fun. And we got a huge dressing room to just get ready by ourselves. And they knew they wanted us to do numbers, but they didn't really plan out. No one knew
Where we were gonna perform.
or when.
So for Trixie, they put her on top of a bookshelf.
On top of a bookshelf.
that is maybe like 4 by 4.
Yeah, 6 feet off the ground, maybe. It's just a bookshelf in the middle. Like you step out of an elevator, and there's a decorative bookshelf, and I'm standing on it lip syncing.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bee. And then Kim had it worse. I think you went first. Because Kim, they just had her on the floor and they started Kim's song. Kim's doing We Are Siamese, If You Please.
Because the theme was like 1920s, and my idea at the time was like, the Orientalism was really big in the 1920s, so let me perform this like.
Okay.
Kim tried to give these rich people concept. and so Kim is luckily a few inches taller than everyone else, and the music starts, and the music's about half as loud as it should be.
You couldn't even, I couldn't even hear the music.
Literally barely hear it.
no.
And Kim is in the middle of a crowd, swishing, doing We Are Siamese, and people, when I'm telling you, are either not noticing her
Or, like, backing up
what
slowly.
is she doing?
Yeah.
She gets through the number, like no applause. People barely knew the number was happening, but the money was good.
The money was cute.
At the time, the money was like, oh my god, we're rich.
We're like,
But you know what,
we're
though?
getting new wigs and a dinner.
yeah.
I mean, I've been in a variety of humiliating performance experiences, and that doesn't sound bad because you can just pretend that you're not performing.
Yeah.
You're not
Yup.
on a stage with the music half as loud as it should be,
Yeah.
with everybody
Yup.
expecting a show. So that's not that bad.
The
That's
quiet music is really hard.
when you can
Yup.
hear yourself lip syncing.
when you can hear the shoes scuff the floor.
Yeah, like college gigs especially.
Yes,
like
always.
Oh my God.
I've done a college
Always.
gig here at like I think it was USC or something.
Yeah.
And the music was so quiet
Yeah.
that I could hear myself breathe.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, the colleges, if people don't know who are listening, the colleges are usually given, their LGBT centers given a certain amount of money, and at the end of the year, if they don't use it, they lose it.
Yep.
So if they have money left over, they usually book a famous drag queen for the gay people of the college. And the college kids are thrilled.
Yep.
Yes.
However,
Great.
it's usually in a carpeted multifunction room with
Yes,
no
or
spotlight.
Or
Cafeteria.
cafeteria. Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, and it's just so humiliating. We did at Northeastern University, we did every year, it was the coveted college gig, and you go out on the carpet and you're like, why didn't we do a sound check? Why didn't we do a sound check? We know every year is going to be horrible, and every year it was.
Yeah.
It was like, I could hear, and it's like, everybody's so excited, and it's just so awkward.
Or
Se-
when they start
seated.
screaming, that you literally can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they scream. They're also not drunk, so they scream when you
Not
come
drunk.
out, and then they sit quietly.
And they sit quietly and watch the show, and you're like, oh, this
Which is
isn't
so
what, yeah, I
humiliating.
don't know how to do this.
It's really sobering sometimes when you realize how much alcohol is part of a drag show, because when everyone's 18 and they've never even been to a real drag show,
Oh my God.
it's a little shocking.
Yeah.
But you know who I really give props to? Shangela. Because Shangela is the queen of college gigs. Like, it doesn't matter where the college is. Like, it could be like somewhere in the middle of like nowhere.
Back Swamp
Shangela
University.
will be there.
Yeah.
Performing her like 15-minute like mix. With,
Beyonce
like,
mix.
Beyonce mix, yo.
Instagramming the whole performance.
And the sound could be low, but Shangela's just like turning it out, shaking
Serving.
her head, like giving
And
death drop.
Well, those college gigs pay good. They pay
Yeah,
better
they
than
got money.
clubs. So, girl, tour the colleges. and you know what's great about the college gigs? Starts at usually 7. You're done by 9:30.
Yep.
Oh,
And because there's no alcohol, you're not dealing with any drunk people.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the kids are actually respectful.
Yeah.
So respectful, terrified of you.
Yup.
They think you're a celebrity.
Yeah. And a lot of those schools have an annual endowment that's bigger than most countries' GDPs. So,
Yeah.
like Harvard, they have.
You down with GDP?
You know what I mean?
It's tough, those college gigs. But I mean, they're always, I'm gonna be honest, I never feel like doing them, and then afterward I'm always like in bed at 10:30, like, this was nice.
Before Drag Race, it was the only high paying gig.
Yeah.
The college ones.
It's still probably, unless you're touring a solo show, it's probably some of the best paying gigs there are.
However, before Drag Race, I don't know if this was your experience. If you do a college gig, which is probably pays like what, $200 to like $500.
Oh yeah, didn't you do a Chicago
as like a local
one?
queen? Huh?
You did a Chicago one, right?
I did, yeah. But the problem is, they literally take like months or two to pay you.
Oh, sometimes 6 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for like a struggling drag queen who probably spent like the loss of your money to like Uber there
To get there.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
waiting for that,
hello?
waiting for that check to come in the mail is like brutal.
Yeah.
When you transitioned from a local queen to a Drag Race queen, did you, how was that adjustment? Did you live? Did you love it?
Did you live?
Did you live?
Did you live, girl?
The audience loves me.
Kim was, I mean,
I
not
was
to,
loving them.
You were famous before Drag Race.
not to
No,
toot her
I'm kidding.
horn,
Yeah.
she was pretty, at least Instagram famous
Okay.
compared to most of us.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was already doing like a lot of like out of state gigs.
Yeah.
You're, shut the fuck up.
No, Kim was like traveling before.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
so this is old hat for you.
But it's just like it came on like a bigger scale, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure obviously the pay.
Yeah, obviously the pay like increase was like drastically different.
You like making money?
But Kim started like a.
But the
wouldn't you
difference
say
is
go ahead.
But the difference is when you haven't been on Drag Race, I feel like people just like appreciate everything you do like way more.
Yes.
And then after you go on Drag Race, people like look at you with like the same way like they watch a show.
Oh yeah.
Like as if like they're like Michelle Visage. Like picking apart everything you do on stage.
100%. People also like the fans of drag, period. They are more into saying so and so doesn't get enough. Like that's the cool thing to say. Versus like I've noticed everybody like the more quote unquote famous I got, the more critical become of you.
Yeah.
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 It's if you're like a queen who went home fifth, who doesn't have her own tour, people are like, you're the best.
Yeah.
And then you're if that same queen, maybe I'm triggered, goes on to win a television show and have hit album stuff, people are like, but do you deserve it? Like,
but she can't even do this. But it's like, does she have to be able to do that? Like,
yeah. Or I love the fans taking a break from DMing queens to kill themselves to DM Jeffrey Bauer Chapman to tell him to kill himself and then go back. Like, the judges are too hard on the queens. Anyway, so-and-so, please end it all.
Please kill yourself.
Yeah. It's so funny because the judges' jobs are to judge. And I feel like this year people have been so critical, and it's like, well, you're the audience. You're not even being paid to judge, and
I
you're.
think people are just more critical because they're sitting at home.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
Armchair drag
To talk about
queens.
the show that you just watched online.
Armchair drag queens. It's true.
Hashtag armchair drag queens.
Well, I think that the favorite thing you've ever said, like I've ever heard you say, is you don't teach me how to do drag. I won't teach you how to be a dumb bitch.
Yes. Don't tell me how to do drag. I won't tell you how to be a stupid bitch. I'll have no chill. No chill anymore. Seriously. I mean, the fans are pretty. You're like very universally loved, I think.
Yeah, thank God.
Because you're so. I think people celebrate you for what you're good at, which your attitude toward drag has always been. Kim celebrates queens for what they're good at.
Yeah. And also, you're a very nice person.
Well,
Wow, Trixie, wow. I gave you my bed.
I know. Kim used to sleep at probably all my apartments in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
In my
All
garden
of them.
level. Did you sleep on the love sack?
I've slept on the love sack.
I used to have a love sack.
And for some
I
reason,
don't know
every
what
meal
that
had
is.
to be
I don't wanna
pizza.
know.
Like you ate pizza like there was no tomorrow.
My diet in my 20s was really not. It was pizza and candy.
Yep.
Oh.
Like I'm
still there.
Kim told people, I'm going to tell you what you told. Kim told Amy from Sugar Pill, when you meet Trixie, just so you know, when you give her a hug, she crinkles because her pockets are full of candy wrappers.
It was true at the time, though.
I was so into candy.
I'll never forget the time where we went out for like an actual lunch when I was visiting Milwaukee. And I think I got like a nice like stir fry or like veggie stir fry with some like chicken and something. Trixie ordered broccoli cheddar soup, fried cheese curds, and she was dipping the fried cheese curds into the broccoli cheddar soup. And that was her meal.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. And all those wrappers cut to 10 years later when your brown chiclets are getting ripped out of your face.
Cut to Dr. Sun being like, were you a pirate? Did you work as a pirate?
How many beer bottles have you opened with these teeth?
Do you have rickets? Yeah. It was different times, but you were like when I first met Kim, I'd never seen somebody do drag like you did.
Really?
Don't you think? Like,
I feel like my numbers back then were like more conceptual and weirder.
Way weirder. Like Kim looked, let's be honest, better than like all of us, and all of her looks were right on the line of like fashion and like fantasy.
Oh wow!
And then her numbers would always be a song no one really knows, and so there's just something very magical about that.
Did you ever encounter audiences like kind of? I mean, when you do songs that people don't know, or like you do anything that's a little offbeat, did you ever encounter people like, or were people,
I've never had that issue personally, just because
just because you're so good?
No, not at all.
I think she also goes into it knowing they might not know this song.
But the thing is, like, I like to perform the songs that I listen to, and those just happens to be the song that not everybody might know, but I like listening to a lot of indie pop, just like my jam.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I can't connect to the music, like, I'm not going to feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more I do this, like, the more I get, like, anxiety about performing now. Back then, I was just like, I'm just going to do whatever, have fun, be stupid.
Totally.
But now I feel like every move that I do, it's like, oh my God, they're
It's also
judging
being
me.
videotaped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And disseminated across the world instantly.
And then YouTube comments are like, she can't even walk.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
all right.
And when
all
you're
right.
doing 5 gigs a week too, like I don't know about you guys, if I had gigs Tuesday through Sunday, I'd pack 1 suitcase of looks and do the probably same numbers at every show.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a white noise of like, all right, my music's starting.
Yeah.
You're not nervous.
Yeah.
But now it always feels like maybe it's getting older.
Maybe.
Maybe it's getting smart enough to know like, wow, I guess when I was younger, I was so dumb. I didn't realize how many people were watching.
I feel like I was like way more fearless back then. And now like, is this song going to offend somebody?
Oh,
Yeah. Well.
have you been canceled? Not yet.
I've been canceled over something that wasn't my fault. The Florida thing last year.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
Yes.
that. I remember being particularly delighted to see you canceled.
It's fun to watch like the Care Bear of drag go down,
I mean, like the whole thing was like not my fault. It was like the booking agent who I don't work with anymore. But when you're canceled, people just don't want to see it. Like, it doesn't matter what your story is.
Oh, it
they
doesn't
just
matter
want to
at all.
cancel you.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
And they want that apology and they want it quick.
Yo.
They want it. And that's why we're going to give you this opportunity.
I guess you're wondering why I came on this podcast. Well, it's time to address the truth and nothing but the truth.
Katya and I always say, what's the one we say all the time?
Your silence
This is a video I never thought I would make.
Yeah. I was completely
Blindsided. Oh, your silence is deafening.
Your silence is deafening.
It
And
speaks
Kim
volumes.
Speaks volumes. Yes. And the other day, Courtney Act tweeted like, I got white eyeliner in my eye and now I feel like I have cataracts. And I responded, this is dangerous rhetoric, weaponizing the vocabulary of people with cataracts. And it's disappointing and I'm unfollowing. Because for some reason, tearing down Courtney was probably the most PC person.
Yeah,
was so funny to me.
Seriously. This is dangerous rhetoric.
But we've all been doing drag long enough. Like, none of us started drag because we wanted everybody to like us. It wasn't because everyone thought we were cool. Like in 2012, which I know you've been doing drag longer than us.
2006.
And I've been doing drag, what, maybe 2 years longer than you, Kim?
How old are you?
I am 33.
33.
Mm-hmm. And you started in...
I started in the fall of 2012.
Uh-huh. And I started in like 2008.
8, yeah.
But Kim was so good so fast. You really were. Kim started in 2012. And she looked like that good in 2000.
I don't know. I look like a foot.
Oh, come on.
You did it. It is funny to look back and think like, whoa, me and Kim were wearing so much makeup, which is like nothing compared to now.
Yeah.
But I do think when I met Kim, because we were getting ready together so often, it became almost like, now that I sit next to somebody who also wears a lot of makeup, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
But not only we used to wear a lot of makeup, it kind of became like a competition to see like who can be in the most pain and hold out the longest. Because we'd host these parties and we put on like the heaviest like headpieces that we made ourselves. It's like a ton of hot glue.
Trash, garbage, painted garbage,
and
toys.
like uncomfortable outfit and heels, and then just host a party from like what?
Circuit parties.
9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Are you fucking serious?
Me, her, Shay, Pearl would host Vixen, would host circuit parties.
For 7 hours.
Yeah.
No.
So guys in
No.
fanny
Drag.
packs would be comfortable dancing on drugs.
Yeah.
And we would be there
Martyrs.
There was a party where Kim wore a white metal bird cage, this big at least, on her head with a live bird in it. For what, 6 hours?
6 hours, yeah.
The feats, and by the way, the money was fine, but the feats we were going to were really crazy. But I think it's because we honestly, Kim really set the level. I always felt like it's Kim's party. I have to look the best I've ever looked if I can.
That's insane. I go dance one time, never do it again.
In retrospect, I should have just worn a flash. None of the circuit boys were looking at us. No one was looking at our foot.
Oh, no one
They
cares
look
about
at
us.
each other and they're trying to find Kay.
Well, they get a picture with us and then they go look at each other.
Yeah.
There was something fun. Do you remember though, Kim? Do you remember being like 2 a.m. and we're in pain, but we get a case of the fuckets and then we're on stage like wiggling. Like,
Wiggling and
nice.
trying to like go dance, give them like extra, but no one is looking at us.
Nobody.
Me, Kim, Pearl, and Shay giving the only no movement, wiggling.
Wiggling and mousing like the words to the song if you know it. Everybody needs a man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Let's get soaking wet. We were circuit parties. Yeah.
That's my idea of hell.
It was fun at the time because at least we weren't really expected to perform usually. So we got to turn looks that were really like fragile and crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
And also like, I mean, growing up, you know, like as a sheltered gay, I was never exposed to that culture. So then being fully thrown into that life, it was something fun and refreshing at the time.
Yeah. You were so famous in Chicago so fast.
Among the circuit like people,
in clubs and stuff. I mean, your name was so good. You were taller than everybody else, and she looked really amazing.
How many times did you audition for Drag Race? Just one?
One, yeah.
Wow.
How many times did you audition?
5.
Damn.
5 or 6, I think. Yeah, 5. At least 5. At least 5. Wow. Yeah. You only did one. Wow. I'm the booger. Booger. Fully booged.
Yeah, I did it because me and Pearl did it. And then Kim did it the next year, and then Shay did it the next year. But I don't know how many times Shay auditioned or anything.
I'm not sure. I think maybe like 2 or 3.
I mean, this is just, I love us. I love Pearl. I love everyone. Shay was the one out of all of us where I was like, that whore will win Drag Race.
Yup.
Because she was just so good at everything.
She was really, really good at everything. And she was hardworking. Like, she would go to a cabaret show and then quickly like run and like do our show with us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
And then like go like do another show like afterwards.
She would, because she could dance.
Yeah.
She could rap.
Yeah.
She could burlesque.
Not to mention, we're gluing things to things.
Yeah.
Shay's at her house
Actually
making a
sewing
corset from
things.
scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous.
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 And she wears a lot of makeup. She wore a lot then, but she wears, I mean, she used to wear really, just Chicago was really a city of big makeup.
Yeah. Chicago's a city of good drag. I wish New York would shut the fuck up. And then Chicago would maybe like speak. You know what I mean? Everybody on Drag Race is like, I'm from New York City. Yeah. But Chicago's really where it's at with the drag.
Yeah. I mean, don't you think, Kim, like there was sort of a stereotype we always thought about, which was like, LA was the stereotype of naked drag queens in swimsuits trying to be on TV.
Oh no, I think like the joke was like New York is where failed Broadway actors do drag.
Yeah.
And LA is where failed actors do drag, and Chicago is where failed artists do drag.
Oh, totally.
Oh, that's hard, deep, and vicious.
And the other kind of stereotype was that like in Chicago, we like in the Midwest, at least, we looked great, but we're bad performers. And I mean, I think there was probably a little truth to that compared to like New York queens who are backflipping and doing comedy and singing.
Like Krusty the
and hosting
Clown.
like shows for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Like, just themselves and the mic.
But they're in like a low ponytail wig with like a hoodie.
Looking like whodunit.
Yeah.
Looking like whodunit.
So, and then in New York, it was like naked drag queens with real hair wigs.
In New York?
Or is LA? LA's
yeah.
naked, yeah.
Yeah.
And then where we, I mean, don't you think we kind of went too above and beyond? I mean, I remember us doing like nail changes.
We did nail changes between
That's
numbers.
insane.
And these
That's
nails were
completely
like
insane.
Contact lens
like
changes.
3-inch like claws.
Yes, we all wore claws, long.
And they had to be painted, you know, like
Painted to match the outfit.
Yep.
Do you remember how many times we'd be out there before the gig, spray painting nails in the street
Yep.
because they had to make nails to match the outfits?
What are you trying to prove?
Girl,
What are you
I don't
trying
know.
to prove?
It was
Who
just
are
like a thing that was happening in Chicago at the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
and honestly, it was just among each other because the audience didn't care.
Yeah.
It was just
It was
us
like a competition
trying to,
among us to like one up each other.
Wow.
Yeah, like I
Yep.
noticed you have 4 stones on your fingers. I have 5. You know,
The only thing we were doing between numbers is sucking dick by the dumpster. So I guess
we didn't really do any of that.
you didn't.
No.
Kim and I were pretty like asexual drag queens.
Wasn't an erotic endeavor at all for you.
I think like even like among our friend group at the time, no one was like really hooking up in drag.
Interesting.
No.
It's very Boston.
We really felt like, I didn't, not to be like artsy, but we really felt like not dressed up sexy. We felt dressed up like art
Clowns.
pieces.
Yeah,
Clowns.
Mm-hmm.
And even though everybody looked good, I do feel like that city to this day has you can look great and act a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can look like a piece of art and then do a stupid number, and that can.
I
be
feel
a
like
thing.
our entire existence was basically making fun of drag.
Yeah.
At the same,
Yeah.
Like we perform like the dumbest songs possible and then do the dumbest shit on stage while looking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like ridiculously put together, but also like stupid at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And then there'd be the random gigs. I mean, but do you remember like Milwaukee Pride, or like there'd be a few gigs that paid good that were sort of like outside the club, but gigs like that you don't really make money. I mean,
you don't really make money. I was always living check to check in drag.
Yo.
Always. Never had anything saved up.
yeah.
Like sometimes I would overdraw my account, taking an Uber to the club, get paid, deposit on the way home, so I don't like overdraw my account.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
But for some reason, taxis were so cheap in Chicago.
It is like Uber anywhere is like between like $5 to $12.
Taxis in Chicago, like from Kim's house to the gig, $5.
Wow.
I don't know why they're so cheap in that city,
Yeah, I don't know.
but it's great.
Did you ever get hit on by the taxi driver in drag?
Never.
Really?
Everyone else have. I never have.
That is shocking to me.
Like I rarely get it because you know how like everyone can get those like messages from like the chasers.
Yeah.
I've never gotten those messages.
I don't believe it.
No, I'm like. I wish I got those messages, but I never gotten those messages.
Oh,
Never got the
it.
chasers.
I don't believe it.
this was
Like-
supposed to be my year to hook up in drag, and then Corona said,
Yeah. She's waiting to put that turtleneck on.
"Yeah, I'm ready to put that black
dress.
turtleneck on."
Should we take another break?
Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Woo.
And we're back with Dirty Ted and Steffanie.
Welcome to Bald and the Beautiful after midnight.
The bald and the beautiful after midnight.
My teeny tiny cunt.
Oh my god,
Teeny tiny pussy.
Kim, you miss touring?
I do. I genuinely do. I miss being able to travel to places and.
Can I ask you about Work the World?
Yes, of course. You may ask me anything.
Tell me about it.
Okay.
We've never been on it.
We've never. I've actually never seen it live.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen clips of it. You know, I've seen it on the whatever. But I love that show.
It's the
done
best.
Extravagant, like
It's what an
Production.
extravagant production. Do
Yeah.
you feel like
It's
the
amazing.
only one?
what is it?
Do you feel like the only one?
Oh, when I'm on that stage, yes.
Yeah.
But also like first year, you know, we just had like a back screen and, you know, all the queens doing their own thing. And now every year the stage props gets more and more ridiculous to the point where last one we had these like two giant like stairwell things
Yeah.
holding like a giant globe.
Yeah.
And we only used them like twice in the show.
Oh yeah, wasn't like
Yeah.
Asia holding one?
It
The
was
glowing thing.
crazy.
So the premise of the show for like last year was the universe is in danger, but we don't know from evil entities, but we don't know what these evil entities are. We never find out.
Oh wow!
Corona.
And
keep them hanging.
and we represent different planets. We're goddess of the different planets. And then when we get through all of the planets at the end, we all come out with giant stabs and we put it in this chair. And when all the stabs are in, this throne rotates to reveal the host, Asia O'Hara, who you've seen the entire show. And it goes into the closing number.
That is so weird.
And the whole time we were like, what is this evil entity that we were supposedly
What does it
fighting
mean?
against?
The call was coming from inside the stage. Yeah.
And like the dramatic reveal at the end is like the host that's been there the entire time.
The whole
Well,
time.
you know, I mean, a lot of, usually it's people you know.
right?
Yeah.
The perp is somebody you know.
It's
been
like
close
she's been
to.
here the whole time.
So she's evil, or she's saving people.
We don't know.
Well, most car crashes happen within 100 feet of the house.
Open to interpretation.
Yeah.
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 So it was like a philosophical piece on
I
like
love that.
the evil is inside of you.
Yeah.
And it's somebody you know. You leave the club or the stadium thinking.
Yeah.
It's a thinker's drag show. Yeah.
But the show is built to have one number per person, kind of.
One number person, and
A group, an opening and a closing, and a group and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each person has like a little gimmick, you know? Like Cameron Michael like drops down from the ceiling.
And
Plastic-
amazing dancers.
Amazing dancers, beautiful dancers.
Beautiful dancers.
Like plastic tiara gets like lowered from like the ceiling while like there's snowflakes falling everywhere.
Wow.
And
God damn
You
it.
did that. Was it the year you did that number with the dress with the people under it, right?
yeah.
With the long fabric.
Incredible.
Can I ask how they travel with all that fabric? How does it, like, how do you
Trucks?
even get into that?
You sort of have to like design the outfit in a way where it can like shrink down.
Yeah.
But the outfit itself is like an entire suitcase on its own.
It's just fabric that kind of like, I'm assuming just like hitches to your waist.
Yeah. Wow. And then there's like people on the side like pulling like the pedal one by one.
Right.
Wow.
And one time, I think it was Amsterdam, when the helpers were pulling up the pedals, there was like no rail bar or anything like behind them. So he just like fell straight off the stage and like plummeted to the ground.
Was he okay?
Casualties.
He's okay now.
What if she was like, he's dead?
He's passed on.
But the whole time, like, I'm watching this happen, and I see him just like go over, and I'm like, well, the show must go on.
Wow. You were the evil that night.
I was the evil entity.
Yeah, you were
The
evil
sinister
that
and
night.
evil entity.
I'm dying to do that show. I want to do that show.
Work the world?
Yeah. Do you
I'm
think
sure
they
you
would let
could.
me work the world?
I'm sure you could,
I
yeah.
would love to do that show.
You'd have to probably commit to a lot of dates.
I don't want to.
You want to do one.
No, I want to do 6.
Okay.
Limited engagement.
This is a call to action. This is how we get our gigs now. We come on the pod. We say, this is what I want. Make it happen.
Yeah, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I'm willing to accept.
Wait, Katya, can we talk about the time when we were on tour together and we got stranded at Denny's? I don't know if you remember this or not.
Was it in a rainstorm?
Yes.
Stranded at a
remember this?
Denny's.
I do.
What happened?
So after like the show, we're like, we're really hungry. Let's go to like Denny's or something and get breakfast. And so we went to Denny's, and our call time was, I think, 4 a.m. And it was like 3 a.m. And we had just finished eating. And then there was like a torrential downpour.
Torrential.
And it was like a small town where there's no cabs anywhere.
None.
So we were calling
Fans.
for like a good like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah. And then what did we got a fan.
So then Katya had to tweet like, hey, could someone please help us get back to our hotel? So then
Because Uber didn't exist?
that town didn't have Uber.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is stranded.
Yo.
Stranded. Yeah.
Can
And
someone help us?
The tour we were on, like, if we didn't make it back on time, they would have left us for sure.
Bucktooth, Mississippi.
Yo.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think it was Arkansas. Was it Arkansas or something
don't
like that?
remember where
I don't remember
it
where it
was.
was, but it was somewhere.
worth it?
Yeah.
But then these like two random fans were like nice enough to like come out to the Denny's in the
Torrential
rainstorm
down. Yeah. They
and
saved
drive us
our
back to our
asses.
hotel.
It was amazing.
Was it worth it?
The
The food?
I think so.
Yeah, you know
Denny's
what?
is lit.
Food is
Yeah.
always worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Kimberly.
Is this over?
What
it
a
is.
moment.
That's it?
Can you believe it? Just like that. Like
right.
sands through the hourglass.
Do you want to let everyone know where they can find you?
Yes, my products are available on Kim Chi Chic Beauty, which is available on kimchichicbeauty.com. Press the pink button.
Oh my God.
Kim Chi Chic Beauty. You can also find me on Instagram or Twitter talking about keto.
Wait, what now?
Keto?
The diet?
The diet.
I
Talk
saw
about
your
it, talk
tweet
about
this
it, talk
morning.
about it.
Kim said, I haven't had carbs in 6 hours and I can feel my body going into ketosis.
And then I followed up with saying, never mind, I just had toast for breakfast.
Manage your expectations. Keto light.
Yo.
Keto.
Keto.
Keto and a Speedo. Good for you. All right. Well,
All
shit.
right.
All right.
On
Bye.
behalf of Dirty Ted and Stephanie, we just
Dirty Ted and Stephanie.
I just want to thank you so much for joining the pod. It was an incredible time. We hope to come have you back soon in the morning again.
Pink button.
Oh.